Hey, I'm Alice.
And I'm Jack.
And in this week's video, we're taking you back to Epcot at Disney World. So this is July 2020, and part of the Disney World parks opened recently to the public after the shutdown for the coronavirus. Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom both opened last week, and next week on July 15th, Epcot and Hollywood Studios will be opening. So we wanted to take you back to Epcot. We're really excited for the reopening. They have a lot of changes that have already taken place. We were there just a couple days before the park shut down for the coronavirus. So we got to see some of the changes that had already happened, and they have some more exciting changes planned. So this week, we're taking a look at all the changes that are coming to Epcot.
One thing you'll notice as you enter is the prevalence of construction walls. So several stores have already been torn down, the fountains at the front of the park have been torn down, and there's construction walls all over the place. You can see kind of here over to the side next to Spaceship Earth, some of the stores that used to be there are gone. And they're going to be reimagining the entryway to the park. A lot of exciting plans have been made. And one of those plans is even reimagining Spaceship Earth itself. They were supposed to already have closed it down and start the reimagining. It seems like that's going to be put off a while, though. They are reopening Spaceship Earth on July 15th with the rest of the park. Because the refurbishment of that ride, total reimagining of that ride, hasn't already been started, and because the parks have lost a lot of money due to the shutdown this year, the Spaceship Earth reimagining is postponed to a later date. But over in the Land Pavilion, earlier this year, a new show debuted called Awesome Planet. Now, we can't show you any footage of this show. They made an announcement that there was to be no video recording. But the show is narrated by Ty Burrell. He played Phil Dunphy on the sitcom Modern Family. His character was a real estate agent, and as narrator of this show, he is continuing in that character, talking about our planet Earth as a potential living space for humans. And it's really well done. It talks about the different biomes of Earth, such as desert, grasslands, tropical forests, the ocean, and just talks about the important traits of each of these areas across the planet. This video replaced Circle of Life, an environmental fable, which was an animated film where Simba talked Timon and Pumbaa out of clearing the Pride Lands to build a resort, which does seem a bit hypocritical for a theme park attraction.
Yeah, and I really liked this video, apart from just a nice little span of air conditioning where you can sit down for a while. The cinematography in this video was absolutely beautiful, and I felt like it was a much more positive message than what you sometimes get with the films and the attractions that Disney has that talk about conservation. In this one, it was much more hopeful. It wasn't really a downer, and they give you an action item at the end. So if you're interested in learning more, they put up the link for the Disney Conservation Fund, which we'll put in the description. So I really liked that. This one seemed to have a much more hopeful message.
Another new movie this year was Canada Far and Wide. This was a Circle Vision 360 film, which Alice is not a fan of.
It is a great film, but any of those Circle Vision really messes with my sensory issues and I get dizzy, so yeah, I can't go in and watch it in person, unfortunately.
The new narrators are Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara, and the film features scenic views from across Canada. They kind of start in the east and move across to all of the 5 geographic regions of Canada. The video focuses on both the land and the lives of the Canadian people. It still uses a theme song from one of the previous films, Canada, You're a Lifetime Journey. So if you've seen the old Canada movies, you'll be familiar with that. I always used to want to go to Canada when I would leave this attraction, watching the old film starring Martin Short as the narrator. And this new film does the exact same thing. I left thinking, wow, I should really visit Canada. And perhaps one day soon we shall.
And another new thing at Epcot is this show, Beauty and the Beast Sing-Along. So this is over in the France Pavilion. It actually shares the theater with Impressions de France. Now this one we could not video cord. They did expressly say don't video cord the show, but we can show you this lobby area where they have some props and dresses, various things from the film as well as from other films that were based in France. And this show is about 15 minutes. It's a twist on the tale as old as time because it's a little bit different than the movie. It is based on the animated version, not the live action film, and it's narrated by Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Potts. So this film actually recasts LeFou as the hero. I won't give away all the details, I don't want to spoil it for you, but the story is told from his perspective and shows how he really played more of a role than maybe what we realized in getting Beauty and the Beast together. And another fun part of this show is that it's a sing-along. So they feature almost all of the most popular songs. They put the words on the screen so that you can sing along. Now, as the park reopens next week after coronavirus, of course, there are many restrictions in place, and unfortunately, this show is not scheduled to reopen yet. Hopefully, eventually it will, but I think because of the singing, they're worried about, spreading germs. So this show will not be opening, but Impressions de France will be, so you can see that, and hopefully soon the Beauty and the Beast sing-along will return, because we really did enjoy that.
Right next door to that, they are wrapping up construction on the Ratatouille Dark Ride. It was scheduled to open summer of 2020, which we are now in. I don't know how much of a delay this ride is going to see due to the coronavirus shutdowns. I don't know if they were able to do any construction while the park was closed down or not. I still expect the ride to open sometime this year, but they haven't announced an official date yet. This is a trackless dark ride, just like Rise of the Resistance and Mickey's Runaway Railway that have recently opened up at Disney World. It can, go in various different directions, not following one single track. Here you see some of the construction footage from the Skyliner as they were getting the ride ready back in March. This ride is from Disneyland Paris, which we've never been to, so we haven't tried it out yet. But we hear great things about this ride, and we love dark rides, so we can't wait to experience this when it opens, hopefully relatively soon. They're also going to be putting in a new restaurant over here as you go around the corner of the France Pavilion to get to the ride.
And speaking of new restaurants, over in the American Pavilion, they've opened the Regal Smokehouse. This is a barbecue restaurant. We found that it was very good. So it's slightly themed to the Muppets. You'll see some decorations on the wall. It's basically a quick service restaurant, but to me it felt a little higher quality than quick service. So you walk in just like any other quick service and go through the line, pick up your food, and take it to a table. They had a lot of different options, various platters that you could get. They had ribs and brisket and pulled pork, and then of course a lot of different sides. We actually chose to go with pulled pork and macaroni and cheese with a side of garlic toast, and I thought it was really good, very tasty. They also have a whole bar of sauces that you can choose from. So the meat was really flavorful on its own, but they did have smoky or sweet or hot or vinegar-based sauces that you could put on it.
We really enjoyed this restaurant. It definitely gives Flame Tree Barbecue a run for its money as our favorite barbecue in the Disney parks. So check this out.
And you might want to notice also outside, next to this big smoker that they also have a walk-up bar. So if you're not really ready for a sit-down meal, you just want a little drink, they have a nice bar that you can just walk up to outside and some outside seating as well.
So there was another restaurant we were looking forward to trying out on this trip that we didn't get to because it's still not open. This is Space 220. It was supposed to open in December 2019, then it was supposed to open in early 2020. It still hasn't opened. Hopefully it will open soon. It's called Space 220 because it's supposed to be located 220 miles in the air up in space, and you take an elevator, a space elevator, to get to the restaurant, and in the dining area Instead of windows looking out at Epcot, there's screens that are made to look like windows where you're looking out into space. It's got American cuisine. They haven't released a menu or a ton of details yet, but hopefully this will still be opening soon. This is one of those restaurants like Sci-Fi Dine-In or 50s Primetime Cafe over at Hollywood Studios, where the restaurant itself is an attraction, so I can't wait to see it.
And something else new is this attraction. It's called the Epcot Experience, and this is an entire room that you walk into that is showing video previews as well as a huge model in the center that lights up and is interactive to show all of the new things that are coming and build excitement. This was a great chance to see some of the exciting things that are coming to Epcot. However, I did end up having to step out. There's some lighting effects and some various things that just kind of affected my sensory thing. I get dizzy really easy. So I did have to step out, didn't get to see the whole thing. But what I saw was amazing. So if you love Epcot, you should definitely check this out. It is on the list to reopen next week when they open with the restrictions in place for coronavirus.
Yeah, so go take a look, and this kind of gives you a preview of all the big rides that are coming up, such as Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind. That will be the first roller coaster at Epcot. Also, Moana, Journey of Water. The fountain that was at the front of the park is being replaced with this Moana attraction. It looks really cool.
To our ocean, where sun and waves send it back to the sky to begin the cycle once again. Everywhere it goes, water is alive with personality, changing form and inviting us to play. More magical than we know, this most precious of resources is waiting to share secrets.
And also there's a Mary Poppins attraction coming to the England Pavilion. They actually have not given much details at all about the Mary Poppins attraction. It does seem from what they've said that it's not going to be a ride. I don't know if it'll be a walkthrough attraction or what it will consist of, but it does look very cool. We love Mary Poppins as well, so can't wait to see what they do with that. Some people don't like all the Disney characters being inserted into Epcot. I remember when we were kids going to Epcot, there weren't very many Disney characters present, but Imagineering's done a really good job with the changes they've made at Epcot in recent years, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and it looks like all of this will be fantastic as well.
And of course, they also have a new fireworks show. This had just started when we were there. And of course, now, as they reopen, they're not doing fireworks. Hopefully, at some point, that will change.
Yeah, so this show we're showing you now was Epcot Forever. It was a great way to end our day at the park. Makes use of fireworks, of course, lasers, special effects, including these LED kites that were being flown from jet skis that were being driven across the lake. Just a really good show, and it uses music from throughout the history of Epcot, including one of our favorite songs, One Little Spark, from Journey into Imagination with Figment. Very well done show, but it was only meant to be temporary. This is a replacement for Illuminations, and it was only supposed to be in place until fall 2020, later this year, when a new show, Harmonious, was supposed to start. So I'm not sure we'll ever actually see Epcot Forever again. As Alice said, they're not opening fireworks because they don't want people to bunch up together into crowds. So if a new show was supposed to start in the fall anyway, if they're ready to roll out Harmonious come fall or winter or whenever they decide it's safe to let people gather for fireworks again, Epcot Forever may already be finished, but it was a good show. Sorry we didn't get better views. We aren't the type of people who stand for hours looking for the best fireworks spot, so we kind of take what we can get as the show is starting. So we do have a couple trees in the way obstructing our view, but it's a very well done show. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, I actually hope the new show will maybe incorporate some of the new things we saw in this show with the lights that they had, the jet skis pulling the kites across and various things, but we'll just have to wait and see. Well, thanks for coming along with us this week at this look at Epcot and the changes that are coming. We really love this park. If we lived in the area, this would probably be our date night spot just because it's a great place to walk around. There's so many good restaurant options. So we're really excited about these changes and can't wait to see everything open up. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will hit that thumbs up button and hit the subscribe so that you never miss another one of our videos. And we'll see you the next time we're traveling through.